Now, recently, you became the chair of the Metro Atlanta Chamber, correct?
That is correct.
That sounds very exciting. So can you just kind of share your experience with the MAC as well as what you're looking forward to doing during your term?
Yeah, it's been very exciting. You know, I have been very impressed with the business community here and their commitment to Atlanta. And what has happened in the last several years with the murder of George Floyd and other things, the business communities really galvanized themselves and said, we need to pay attention to racial equity. And so a couple years ago, they started an initiative, Atlanta Action for Racial Equity, and it's got, you guys reported on this.
Yes, you sure did.
It's
TheAtlantaVoice.com.
And now it's now it's more than 250 Atlanta-based companies have agreed to the commitment to advance and take steps to advance and improve racial equity in the Metro Atlanta area. And so for that kind of mission, that was something that I would be willing to be a face of and take some leadership on in the institution. And so when they approached me, I said, you know, this would be something that I could really get behind because it can make a really big difference for so many Atlantans in the region if we can get businesses to really lean in and be aware and sensitive to the fact that their decisions in terms of how they hire and promote and pay, their decisions on who they have as suppliers and contractors has implications not just for their business, but also for the entire region and neighborhoods across the region. And the more inclusive we can get with that, I think the more resilient our collective economy here will be. And then also, we talked about investments. That's money going into communities.
Yes, for sure.
And it allows them to be stronger, and it allows the smart and innovative and ambitious people in those communities to do well as well.
Now, within the growth of this city of Atlanta, that you've seen since you've been a part of the Metro Atlanta Chamber, as far as businesses are concerned, do you see like there's a connection between businesses and community, or do you see that it's separate as far as, you know, equity is concerned and making sure that everyone has, you know, something at the table that they can have?
Well, I think it's a mix. And if you look at the data, so there's a report that comes out that looks at metropolitan areas. And they ask the question, if you're a child born into poverty, what's the likelihood you're going to get out of poverty as an adult? And when you rank order all the cities, Atlanta is at the bottom.
Wow.
Right? And so that's a clear signal that there are communities and families in our region that are not connected well enough to all the prosperity and growth that's going on. And that comes with burdens and costs that leave us all worse off. So if we can do things to make improvements in that space, that can be very helpful. What I would say also, though, is that I'm seeing so many examples of new institutions that are emerging to try to improve access. So there's the Russell Center for Innovation, and they are becoming a landing place for a lot of minority entrepreneurs who are trying to start to make their way. MasterCard is stepped up to say, in Atlanta, we're going to support women minority-owned businesses, which is a really interesting slice of our business community, which has been far less supported by things like venture capital and banking institutions.
For sure.
And so if we can do that better, we're going to see an explosion, I think, of new talent and new ideas that will allow our economy to operate in new ways.
That's awesome. So just to say, overall, with everything that you do, as a person, how honored do you feel to be in this space, to really lead in these various ways?
Oh, it's a total privilege to be in this role. I tell people all the time, this is the best job I've ever had because I work with a great group of people, but I also get to really advance issues that are really important to try to help the economy work better for everyone. And if that works,
then you've done your job for sure.
It's all good.
Right.
It's all
well,
good.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, and I can't wait till our audience sees all of this.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.